to Unladylike Opinions, where this review is Life After Lockup, Love After Lockup / Life After Lockup, whatever. Season 3, episode 48. Again, players get played. Okay, we're going to go couple by couple like the last time. I'm not going to go in order. I'm just going to go by couple. So, first up, we have Shane and Lacy. And Lacy is basically still in the bathroom talking to John about how unhappy she is with Shane. And come to find out, her and John been talking ever since she had the baby. He's been reaching out to her, and they have been keeping up with communication since she had the baby. She says John has a girlfriend or whatever, and he's not happy. But I think Lacy just like making excuses so her and John can still like, you know, fool la la as always. So she said she really broke up with John and cut things off with him because she felt like he cared more about drugs than he did her or whatever. So that's why she picked Shane, which is not really fair to Shane, because to be fair, she keeps saying Shane cheated on her and John would never cheat on her. But to be fair, you was engaged to both John and Shane while they both was in jail. So I don't get that one or whatever. So basically she used Shane to get over John. And over at the beach, Lacy's dad is really getting on my nerve because Shane is talking about how depressed he's been since, you know, losing his job and stuff going on with her pregnancy when she had the baby or whatever, because she had like a bad giving birth. And he's, you know, laying out his heart about how, you know, how bad he has been feeling or whatever with not being able to do what he, you know, wants to do with taking care of his family. And her daddy is just like, man up. Like, what? I don't using her daddy, you know, sometimes to be like on Lacy, and I'm sitting here like, why this man is telling you that he is depressed? Like, why are you just like telling him he needs to man up? I mean, tell him to go to therapy or something. I just don't understand. And then Lacy talking about her times with John. She knows sometimes were bad, but the good outweighed the bad. Girl, go ahead. And so Lacy's dad tells Shane that he has everything right there in front of him and he just kicking it away. And I'm like, why are you kicking him while he's down? Good job, Dad. So Lacy is on the phone with John and trying to meet up with him, and he agrees, and that's that on them. She's crying about how unhappy she is with Shane and she doesn't want to be with him. So I hope she just let Shane, you know, be. Maybe you should have thought about that before you went and got in vitro to get pregnant by, you know, Shane. Lacy, ooh Lord, Lacy is a disaster. But anyway, to my favorite people, Deontay, Nicole, and you might as well add Tia, because she part of the bunch now too. So here we are, Nicole at her job interview. She thinks she like got this interview in a bag. She tells, you know, at a tanning salon. So she tells the lady, she gives the lady her resume, and the lady looks at her work history and is like, I see a big gap in your, you know, work history. She was like, well, yeah, you know, I've been in jail for 6 years or whatever, and say she's looking to start over. And the lady was like, you know, she loved giving second chance and everybody deserved a second chance. So she shows her around the store or whatever. And Nicole is in her confessional going on and on about how she's pale, and if she get this job, she can get free tanning. And I'm like, girl, you just gonna stay pale unless you gonna go pay for a tanning salon, because I don't think you're gonna get this job. But you know, whatever, keep hope alive, Nicole. So the lady asked her the question I was waiting for her to ask. I was wondering what she gonna ask, and she asked it. And she asked her if she didn't mind, would she tell her what she went to jail for. And Nicole said she was charged with robbery. But she ain't got to worry about her trying to rob her store. You know, she ain't going to do all that or whatever. And the lady was like, Oh, okay. So the lady tells her that they have, more applicants and some with better work experience and are more qualified than she is, but they will see what happens within a few days. So Nicole, just thinks she got this interview in the bag or whatever. And she goes outside and Tia is waiting on her outside with coffee. So apparently we find out, because I'm like, why Tia always around? Why Tia ain't nowhere trying to do a job interview? She on probation, just got out. She was in jail with you. That's where y'all became, love mates. So why Tia ain't never looking for no interview? Find out Tia been raised by her grandparents and she basically a spoiled brat that never worked a day in her life and her grandparents took care of her. So that's why Tia's always up on Nicole. So Nicole just like bragging about how she got this job, whatever. And Tia basically tell her she don't think she should take the job because it's not enough money. It's probably just minimum wage. And she was like, you just shouldn't take this job. It just don't seem like a good look right now. So Nicole says that Tia made her stop talking to Deontay, and she misses Deontay because he always bought her stuff and gave her money. That ain't missing. You miss the money. You don't miss him. You miss his money. Girl, whatever. So then Tia tells Nicole that she should hit up Deontay because he is an idiot that, will do anything or get his whole paycheck up just to have a bad bit on his own. Tia says, call him now and see if he can meet you tomorrow. Tia trying to pimp Nicole out to get this bag. And I'm like, wow. Deontay, Lord. So we got these two scamming heifers. And Nicole jumps right on the phone and calls Deontay. That's all she needs to hear. I believe she's going to do it anyway. But she got Tia approved. So, of course, he answered the phone. Happy-go-lucky. And his friend, Derek, oh, my God. Derek said, man, hang the phone up on that bitch. Hang the phone up on her. Leave that bitch alone. But Deontay, he willing to do anything to get Nicole. And it's been 4 months since he talked to her. I would be done. 4 months, and he been reaching out to her. She just ain't responded. So I don't. You got one time with me, one time, and so Derek asked Deontay, why is he so stupid? And how many times have you called me pissed off about her? And you just started to go on dates and stuff again. Like, what are you doing? So Deontay is reminiscing about his ex-girlfriend. He had an ex-girlfriend that basically took him for every dime he had. The one that had him move back in with his mama. Yeah, that one. But apparently she died of a, overdose. But he said that, she reached out to him before she overdosed. And he didn't respond to her. So he's harboring on, he have to see what Nicole has to say, because the last time he ignored her ex, he didn't see him again. They was dead or whatever. So Derek said, but make it make sense, because at least the ex that died gave you some. Nicole ain't gave you nothing. She ain't let you smell it. Derek is me. But he tells Deontay, you got good memories with that ex, but you have no good memories with Nicole. You barely got memories at all. Every memory you had with her is her using you for money. And so said he tells Deontay, Derek tells Deontay that the only good thing she told you was when she was locked up, and she was, had to like be cool and nice to you because she was trying to make sure she got what she needed when she got out. So Derek says he know 100% that he's gonna give Nicole another chance because he a simp. And he was like, but my question is, when she called you, she didn't even apologize. And that's because she don't think she is wrong. And so he made Deontay take a shot. And Derek said, didn't she leave you for a girl? Deontay said, yeah, she left me for some Justin Bieber, Machine Gun Kelly, Post Malone looking bitch. When I tell you I hollered, oh my God, because she looked just like Machine Gun Kelly. Oh my God. Oh Lord, I was hollering on this floor. And so, Deontay using what happened to his ex to try to justify him talking to Nicole to hear her out or whatever. And Tia tells Nicole to get this money from Deontay, but stay loyal to her. Them damn scammers. So here we got Dixie Brittany, well, La La Land Brittany and Ray. So Ray is at his job, and he says how's a big adjustment getting back into the swing of, you know, the working or whatever. And Brittany is over there shopping with her sister, and, you know, she's telling her all of Ray's business, and she worried about, and all she worried about is his paycheck and him using his whole paycheck to basically spoil her. And I'm like, girl, did this man just tell you he had $143,000 to pay in restitution back to the state? He ain't got time to spoil you. You go find this man in jail with no job, a history of drugs and robbing, and you think he finna come out and spoil you. Girl, go ahead. That's that prison talk. That's why I don't believe none of that. Y'all, I got a story for that one day. Not today though. But she tells her sister how they want kids and to get married, and I think it's just her. I don't think Ray want none of this. So her sister tell her that, you know, she been holding him down and taking care of him for like a year now. And she asks Brittany if she ever calculates every dime she spent on him. And Brittany says she does calculate it, especially when she gets mad with him. So, Brittany, see, this is why I don't want nobody to do nothing for me. Ever. Because don't do nothing for me and then you sitting in the back waiting on your payday. If you doing it, doing out the kindness of your heart, why is whatever, Brittany. So Ray is over at his job, sitting in the break room talking to his coworker, and he's reading his check, and Ray started looking at his check and was like, skirt. They took out a lot of taxes. He said, this can't be right. I worked 60 hours and they took $400 of taxes from him. So obviously, you see, he ain't worked probably ain't worked years before he went to jail or whatever. So I don't know what he thought. So his coworker say, man, this Texas, the more you make, the more they take. And he was, you know, right. But it was so funny when he said it. Ray said he was working his ass off and he thought more money, more hours was gonna mean more money. Okay, Ray. So Ray said all he can do with this check is go back and forth to work. Brittany's sister over there saying that Ray first check should go straight to Brittany, and Brittany just eating it up, talking about how he gonna spoil her, the wedding gonna be this, that's all on Brittany's mind. So they going, so Ray said he see why people sell drugs, but I'm gonna leave Ray alone. So Ray said he see why people sell drugs, and he tells Brittany that he got his first paycheck, and she is like overexcited. You got your paycheck, you got your paycheck. Let me see. Okay. And she but she tries to encourage him, but all she can talk about is the ring, the wedding, having a baby. So he shows her the check, and she looks stupid in the face. She asks him, what type of money are you used to making? And he said $1,000 a day. So yeah. Brittany is rushing to get married and saying they gonna be paying his debt too. So she's basically saying that, you know, just to have this image that she wants, she basically gonna help him pay the state $143,000. You're better than me. Brittany tries to demonstrate with some pasta noodles how, you know, divide money and taxes go. And he says, he interrupts her and grab a bunch and say, and this is restitution, and throws the noodles in the garbage. He said, what the hell I'm gonna do with this? And you talking about a family. Brittany said, we in this together. Don't isolate yourself. This is about us. She is hell bent on having this damn wedding, and Ray is fed up and told her, you cook this damn pasta, and walked off. Ray said, I'm sick of this bitch. I know that ain't gonna last. That ain't gonna last, because Brittany is, oh my God. Not saying Ray, you know, or saying or whatever, but Brittany is aggravating. I couldn't do it. So that's it with Brittany and Ray. So now we have Stan and Lisa. So Stan is sick and Lisa's taking care of him. But if you ask me, Lisa the one made Stan sick. But you know, I ain't gonna say that on Lisa, which I already said, but you know, moving on. She tells Stan about the clothes she bought, and he wants her to show him whatever, and he asks her how much she spent, and he looks at the price, and she said, and those pants was $90, and he was like, $90 or whatever. So Lisa then tells Stan that she needs a laptop, workout shoes for $400, and she would take a break for a while. Stan asked her, how much you spent on the clothes? And she said $350, and he said, okay, so you spent $350, and now you want another $400 on top of that. And he said he ain't got it. I thought Stan was a millionaire. Well, I ain't got it either. I don't care if I was a trillionaire. So Lisa said she needs the laptop for school. Stan said you got to first enroll in school before you start buying stuff. Stan, Lisa is just scamming you, brother. Like, come on, make it make sense. So, Stan says in his confession that he just spent $25,000 on Lisa so far. So, Stan, come here, let me holler at you for a second, because I ain't gonna cost that much. I'm just playing. Nah, I don't want no Stan. So, Stan gets a call from somebody, and Lisa just gets mad and tells him to answer the phone, because she, like, already knew that it was like a female or something. So, she then get pissed with him, like she ain't talking to other women or whatever. But, you know, he don't know that. So Lisa argues with him about a girl named Tina he used to mess with. And Lisa said she could mess with a billionaire if she wanted to, but she invested her time in the Stan. Lisa, if you can get a billionaire, then I can get with the Pope. That's enough said. So Stan doesn't understand why she is upset and says he got enough problems with one girl. He doesn't need 4 more. So Lisa over there ready to fight Stan. So she gives him an ultimatum to commit to her. And I'm like, he already is trying to commit to you. He won't get married off the gate. You was, you know, hesitating. So she told him that $5,000 or $10,000 ring is the only way she see this working out. Lisa get on my nerves. So she storms out in the car that Stan bought her and drives off talking to another woman saying she finna meet her. So, Stan, I hope you watch it. So that's that on them. Then the least favorite couple, John and Christiana. Christiana tells John she was going to take a walk to clear her head. So she calls her son Devin. Says he's never seen her sober in 23 years. And I mean, he's never seen her sober, and he is 23 years old. And she had her son when she was 16 years old. She said she lost her son when he was 21 months old. I hate when people say 21 months, 18 months, 36 months. They either 1 or 2. Take your pick. Oh, that irritates me. So, you mean to tell me she was doing drugs like that at that age. I mean, I ain't saying like I ain't seen it. I mean, I ain't seen it. But, I ain't saying I ain't heard it like that before. But it's just like, ooh, what was going on in her life that made her turn to drugs or whatever. But, she said she was glad that his dad raised him. So I'm like, I'm kind of glad that his dad take him and he was not in the system. So she felt like she chose the crack pipe over her son. Wow, these people on these shows just be fighting straight demons or whatever. So she tells her son how she sees everything in a different light now, and he tells her that if it happens again, he will be disappointed. She asked him about coming to her wedding, and he says he haven't even spent that much time with her, and now you want me to just up and go to something big like that? And he says he'll think about it. And, I understand where he's coming from, but hopefully, he shows up for the wedding or whatever. Now, Christiana, don't mess this chance up now. Okay, we got Brittany and Marcelino. So Brittany still not telling Marcelino about, Robert stealing all the money they invested in the sober house. So her friend / ex-boo Amanda comes over, and she is overly happy about Brittany's new house. So they go put their feet in the pool, and Brittany tells Amanda about the Robert situation. So apparently they invested this money into a bank account to start a sober living project. But Robert was the only one with his name on the bank account, because I think they were saying that they was all like convicted felons. But Robert is an ex-drug addict, so I don't know. So, and obviously he done relapsed because all the money in the account is gone. So, she say she trusts Amanda so she could tell her everything, and of course she flirts with her. And it's obvious you trusted Amanda more than you trusted Marcelino, because you still ain't told him, and he has money invested in this too. So Amanda tells her how she's dating a girl, and how basically she loves women more than she like men, and she has Brittany to thank for that. So Amanda says it's hot out here, so they go in the house, and Marcelino comes out, and he tells Amanda jokingly, take your purse with you on the way out. So he ready for her to go, because he really don't like Amanda. Now they better now than they was, but he really don't like Amanda because Amanda was Brittany's cellmate / partner while they was locked up, and Brittany wanted to still pursue a relationship with Amanda and Marcelino, but Marcelino made her choose. So Amanda gets ready to leave, and when Amanda leaves, she says, let me know if you need help with that Robert situation. And Marcelino was like, what Robert situation? Well, Brittany, I guess you can't trust, Amanda with your secrets. She folded as soon as he came in. So Marcelino says what? What's she talking about? And Amanda haul ass at that house. So Marcelino is like 38 hot, and he's like, tell me what's going on. So she tells him that they suspect that Robert is on drugs, and all the money that was in the bank account that they invested is gone, and he is pissed. And he said he trusted Brittany's judgment. I don't know why, but and he asked her how long has she known, and she said for days now. And he's like, and I'm the last to know. Like, what kind of sense does that make? And I agree with him. Like, how he gonna be the last one to know, and he the one, the money come from both of y'all. Like, basically him, really. And so he said he feels disrespected, and he got a lot on the line with 3 kids, and he thinks she is just too relaxed. But she feels bad, and she thinks that she failed him. And she tells him that you don't think that I was back in the day, I would go over there and kick that door and beat his ass. But she was like, I did 7 years in prison. You think I want to go over there and tie him up and go get that money and some other stuff? So Brittany trying to like not go back to what she'll normally do. And Marcelino said, well, I got bail money ready, because if he don't have the money, they gonna need it. And he storms out mad as hell. So that was love after lockup, life after lockup, whatever. That was that. Like, share, comment, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.